Have you ever done something nice for someone and afterwards felt resentful, drained, or slightly invisible? On the surface, it looked like kindness. You were helpful, considerate, generous, but internally, something didn't feel aligned. That quiet discomfort is often where the difference between people pleasing and kindness begins. Many people confuse these two. Both involve giving, both can look thoughtful, both may make others happy, but psychologically, they come from very different places. My name is Renata Karlinskaite. I'm a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist, and I help people rebuild self-worth, regulate their nervous system, and change patterns shaped by emotional conditioning. In this video, I want to explore the psychological difference between people-pleasing and genuine kindness, and why understanding that difference is essential for healthy self-esteem. And at the end, I will share free self-esteem affirmations audio that can help you strengthen your inner voice. If you struggle with people-pleasing patterns, you will find the link in the description below. Let's begin with a clear distinction. Kindness is a choice. People-pleasing is a strategy. Kindness comes from internal alignment. People-pleasing comes from fear of disconnection. From a psychological perspective, kindness is pro-social behavior that is freely chosen. Research in positive psychology shows that voluntary acts of kindness increase well-being when they are internally motivated. The self-determination theory describes this as autonomous motivation, which is behavior that aligns with your values. People-pleasing, on the other hand, is usually driven by external regulation. The motivation is not, I want to do this, but I need to do this, so I won't be rejected, criticized, or disliked. The behavior may look identical. The internal state is completely different. Attachment theory helps us understand why. If early in life approval felt necessary for emotional safety, your nervous system may have learned that harmony equals survival. In that context, saying no may have felt dangerous. Disagreement may have felt like abandonment. So your system adapted. People-pleasing often develops as a protective pattern. It reduces immediate relational tension. It increases approval. It lowers the risk of conflict, but it comes at a cost. The cost is self-abandonment. When you consistently override your own needs to maintain connection, your nervous system learns that your internal limits are less important than others' reactions. Over time, this weakens self-trust and erodes self-respect. Kindness, in contrast, does not require self-erasure. It can include generosity, care, empathy, and flexibility, but it does not require abandoning your boundaries. Here's a simple psychological test. After kindness, you feel warm, steady, and congruent. After people-pleasing, you often feel anxious before, resentful after, or exhausted throughout. A research in assertiveness psychology shows that healthy interpersonal functioning includes the ability to express needs while also caring about others. This balance is associated with higher self-esteem and lower anxiety. People who can be both kind and able to set boundaries experience more stable relationships because their giving is sustainable. People-pleasing is not sustainable. It creates imbalance. Another key difference lies in choice. Kindness allows for no. People-pleasing does not feel like it has a real option. If someone asks for your help and you feel free to decline without panic, that's likely kindness when you say yes. If the idea of declining creates intense anxiety or guilt, and you say yes to relieve that discomfort, that is likely people-pleasing. Notice the nervous system component. People pleasing is often accompanied by subtle activation, tension in the chest, tiredness in the stomach, raising thoughts about how you are being perceived. Kindness feels regulated, it feels voluntary. This is why boundaries are not the opposite of kindness. Boundaries are what make kindness genuine. Without boundaries, giving becomes transactional. I give so that I will be liked. With boundaries, giving becomes relational. I give because I choose to. From a trauma-informed perspective, people-pleasing is often an adaptive response. In environments where conflict led to emotional withdrawal, criticism, or unpredictability, compliance increased safety. That pattern may have been intelligent at the time, but as an adult, it may no longer be necessary, even though your nervous system still reacts as if it is. The work then is not to stop being kind, it is to separate kindness from fear. You can begin by asking yourself three reflective questions. Am I doing this because I want to or because I feel I have to? If I said no, what do I imagine would happen? And is that fear based on my present reality or on an older pattern? Over time, practicing small moments of honest choice builds self-trust, and self-trust strengthens self-esteem. It's important to understand that shifting out of people-pleasing may initially create discomfort. Others may be surprised, some may push back, but discomfort does not mean you are unkind. It may mean you are becoming more congruent. True kindness includes yourself. If you recognize people pleasing in your life, please hear this clearly. This pattern likely developed to protect connection. It is not weakness, it is adaptation, but you are allowed to update it. I have created a free audio download, Self-Esteem Affirmations to rewire your inner dialogue and silence negative self-talk and start reprogramming your mind. This audio is designed to help you strengthen your internal voice so that your decisions come from self-worth rather than fear of rejection. You will find the link in the description below. And if you would like to go deeper into rebuilding self-esteem, healing approval-seeking patterns, and strengthening emotional resilience, you can explore my digital course with Hypnosis, the hidden secret to healthy self-esteem, where I combine psychotherapy principles with hypnosis to help reprogram survival-based beliefs at the root. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe and share it with someone who may be struggling with saying yes when they really mean no. Kindness is powerful, but kindness without self-respect becomes self-sacrifice. And healthy self-esteem allows you to offer care without losing yourself in the process.